Hey there, this is Mr. Kiefer. I just wanted to let you know this episode you're about to listen to, we recorded about 2 weeks ago. And shortly after we recorded it, well, there has been some developments in the story that Mr. Morgan and I are commenting on. We are going to do a follow-up with this, so, we will have more to talk about and how this story unfolded. I just want to let people know that if they're listening to this going, wait a minute, why the hell are they happy about this? It's because we were very hopeful that certain things would unfold in ways that were very much the opposite of how they unfolded. Anyways, we hope you enjoy the episode. Fellow Pinkos and comrades, welcome to Malt Liquor Socialists. I'm your host, Mr. Kiefer, and this episode, I'm joined by a man who's already voted, because the day this episode released, the day before the ballots for the primary election are due, they're due. Mr. Morgan. Yeah, I butchered that horribly.
Well, if this is dropping at that time, then I hope everything shakes out the way we hope it does.
Yeah, this episode will drop on the 18th. In all honesty, look, if you're voting last minute, just turn them out and physically turn them in.
Yeah, just turn them in.
But I'm hoping at this point that everybody who will have voted has voted.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So today's episode, we are going to go over a few things from the prior week that we didn't have time to go over. Okay. First is an article from the Daily Courier about a former commissioner. And after that, we're going to go over a news article from JPR.
Ooh.
So neither of these are audio. They're both going to be read.
But you're going to read them, right?
Why would I do that? Yes, I'm going to read them. I'm not AIing it. I'm not making you read them.
Thank God.
So let's get into this. So the first one here is from... Yeah, Mr. Morgan seeing the title of the article, and he is mirthful.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So, this is from the Daily Courier. It is from May 7th, 2026. The article is titled, Investigator, Former Commissioner Violated Ethics Law. This is written by Chrissy Ewald. So, Bletch failed to report ownership of hangars.
You don't say!
I know, right?
Oh, my God.
It kind of feels like we might have covered this at some point.
I feel like I called this when we were watching a business session. God, fuck, I don't know when it fucking was now. It was a while ago now.
It was. And that's not to say that we did our own investigation, reported on this. We were reading other newspaper articles, and it's like, oh, God.
Well, no, like he said, fuck, I wish we could go back, because I want to say that when they were doing the voting...
Oh, he had the opportunity to recuse himself, He brought up that there was a conflict, but he didn't recuse himself because it wasn't going to be an issue.
He said,
oh, yes,
during that business meeting that he owned hangars. He said something. I fucking go back, rewind the tape. He said that he owned stuff at the airport, but that he didn't feel like it was a conflict of interest.
So I'm not going to go back and review the tape.
Okay.
I recall that.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to, if somebody is masochistic enough, they want to go through our content and go find that, all the power to you.
Yes.
But I'm not going to do that.
Right.
But I do remember that.
Yes. And he said that. And I remember sitting here, both of us paused. We looked at each other and I said, I don't know about you, but I feel like that's a major conflict of interest.
Yeah.
And now here we are. It's like, oh yeah, that was totally a conflict of interest.
The chickens are coming home to roost. So, to read this, a past Josephine County commissioner properly disclosed a potential conflict of interest before deliberating on improvements to the Grants Pass Airport near Merlin during the July 2025 meeting. But he did violate state ethics laws by not reporting ownership of 7 hangars at the airport on the Oregon Forum about his economic interests, a state ethics investigator has found.
Okay, all right. So there's a lot to go over there.
There's more than what we originally thought.
Yes, because he did, and see this is why we had that moment of like, well, wait a minute, that sounds like a huge conflict of interest, because he did. Yeah. He did say that he owned stuff at the airport, but how he didn't say, he was like, but it's not a conflict of interest.
No, it's 7 fucking hangars.
Seven fucking hangars.
That's a conflict of interest.
That's a conflict of interest.
Big fucking conflict of interest. So, continuing on. At a meeting of the Oregon Government Ethics Commission scheduled for Friday, investigator Josh Sullivan will recommend the Ethics Commission find Andreas Bleh, a Grants Pass businessman who served 2 appointments as an interim county commissioner from July 24 to December 2025, violated state ethics laws designed to ensure transparency about the economic interest of office holders. Sullivan will recommend the commission enter into a negotiated settlement with or move to a contested case proceeding. The attorney who represented in this matter before the Ethics Commission in November, Connor King, did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Wednesday. Resigned from office in December of 2025 rather than face a recall. This will continue, right? There we go. Rather than case a recall election in January of this year. Critics voiced a number of complaints, including about his perceived lack of transparency and the downsizing of Josephine County government workers. Josephine County Commissioner Chris Barnett, fought the recall effort, but was recalled by voters in the January special election. Josephine County resident Matthew Moser filed a complaint with the Ethics Commission in August of 2025, alleging failed to report ownership of various aircraft hangars at the Grants Pass Airport on his 2025 Statement of Economic Interest form.
That's wild, because so he said during the meeting how he did own stuff, but when it came to the paperwork, he was like, oh yeah, we don't need to put that down. So what the fuck?
I might have to actually get a hold of Matt Moser. And I don't necessarily think it'll be too hard because I believe I work with him.
Oh, okay.
But we might have to do an interview with Matt at sometime sometime later. Okay. But yeah, he actually had I think he does listen to the podcast, and he had mentioned that to me before like this. And so yeah, this is getting hot enough where it's like I think it might be fun to pick his brain a little bit.
Yeah, because that's wild.
That is absolutely insane. Now, continuing with the article, because this is not the longest, but it's a longer one.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Certain public officials in Oregon must file a statement of economic interest form annually with the State Ethics Commission that disclose information including business names, sources of income, and ownership of real property that is not a primary residence.
What?
Moser's complaint also alleged that failed to accurately declare the nature of his conflict of interest during a July 17th, 2025 county meeting before discussion and vote about a $3 million line of credit from the county general fund for a runway extension project at the Grants Pass Airport. And Commander Chris voted in favor of the line of credit, with Commissioner Ron Smith voting against the move. Smith wasn't targeted by the recall and remains in office. At the beginning of the meeting, said, in quotes, I would disclose that I am a tenant of the Grants Pass Airport as well as a user of the Grants Pass Airport facility. However, I believe this agenda item will not cause any conflict of interest, end quote.
Fuck! And that's when we paused and looked at each other and went, that's a fucking conflict of... What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's insane. Sullivan said Bletch's statement was, in quote, brief and lacks detail, end quote. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Oh, holy shit.
But it did identify the landlord-tenant relationship that gives rise to his conflict of interest, and thus, in quotes, appears to satisfy the requirement to disclose the nature of his conflict of interest, end quote. The investigation faulted Bletch for not declaring that he owned hangars at the airport on his statement of economic interest form. In a letter to the Ethics Commission, argued he did not need to declare ownership of the hangars, saying they should be considered personal property rather than real property.
Fuck off.
Because of their, in quotes, placement on county-owned tenant-leased ground, their removability at any time, and the absence of a reversion clause in the lease agreement. End
This
quote.
man not only moved the goalposts, he ripped them out of the fucking ground and took him home with him.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Again, this is not an actual residence. This is a business function for him. He's renting this.
Yes, he owns 7 goddamn hangars.
Yeah.
At the fucking airport, which they were voting on giving money to fucking extend the goddamn runway, which he would fucking use.
And
That's not his.
And benefit from.
Yes.
Because now there's more people who are going to use the airport. That means he can increase the rate of his rent because there's more demand.
Good fucking God.
This is nuts. So Bletch said Oregon law does not require public officials to disclose personal property
Holy
again.
shit.
This is not a personal fucking residence. This is a business. It does require that. He said aircraft hangars on public airports are typically constructed by lessees and leased land owned by the counties or other public entities and are, quote, not inherently permanent fixtures. I would say that, no, that is not the case.
Wow.
Now, instead, he said, in quote, they're designed and have the ability to be removed by the owner at the end of the lease term, end quote. So we're talking about a structure on an airfield that it's an airfield. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to tear down that structure and build a fucking Denny's. It's an airfield. They're going to either make a hangar or a main. It's going to be something, whether or not it's permanent or not. And unless he is physically sleeping there, using it as his residence, it is a place of fucking business. Right. He's either renting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
So, said classifying the hangars as personal property is in line with the intent of state ethics laws to promote transparency. In quotes, requiring disclosure of such hangars as real property would overextend the SEI requirements beyond their statutory scope, as personal property is explicitly not included in the reporting obligations, end quote, he said. The Oregon Government Ethics Commission in November voted 7-1 to look into the complaint. The Ethics Commission is made of 9 members. 4 are nominated by Republicans in the state legislature, 4 by Democrats, and 1 directly by the governor. No more than 3 members may be from the same political party. So this is the Ethics Commission that has looked at shit West has done and given it a slide. Mm-hmm. These are people who are, unless something is a smoking gun, like insane, they're pretty cavalier about stuff. Mm-hmm. And they voted 7-1, one I assume abstaining, to investigate this fucker.
Yeah.
Okay. Sullivan, the state investigator, looked at the county records and communicated with county staff about the hangars. That included emailing with the interim airport manager, Sherry Jadot, which I'm sure I'm butchering. Sullivan paraphrased Jadot, saying that the county tax assessor considers airport hangars, in quotes, personal property, end quote, and hangar owners pay taxes only on improvements on the properties. In quotes, she states that the hangars and buildings located in Grants Pass Airport are similar to houses as they have bathrooms and kitchens, and some are multi-storied. Sullivan wrote. She states that by definition, the value of hangars would change if they were removed from the leased ground, and moving the hangars would be a nearly impossible challenge. So you know how was basically saying they're temporary structures?
No.
They're calling bullshit. Sullivan concluded that because Bleck owns real property improvements on the lots leased from the county at the Grants Pass Airport, he has a beneficial interest in the real property on which his Grants Pass Airport hangars are located, and therefore violated state law by not listing the properties in his 2025 Statement of Economic Interest form. The ethics complaint against Blech was one of a wave of complaints filed against members of the Josephine County Board of Commissioners in the recent years, few of which have gotten any traction with the State Ethics Commission. Even though the ethics complaints generally led nowhere, they were cited predominantly in the recall of Commissioner John West in 2024. One of the only ones that went anywhere was the complaint into an alleged conflict of interest issue with Herman Beartrigger Jr. from when he was a Josephine County Commissioner. That allegation was dismissed, but the Ethics Commission found during the investigation that some of Beartrigger's statements of economic interest forms had incomplete information. Beartrigger and the Ethics Commission eventually signed an agreement where Beartrigger agreed to fix his forms and receive a letter of education.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, Bleck, I don't know where this is going to go. I'm hoping that it means that Bleck is just going to be in a world of uncomfortable shit because he needs it.
He needs to be fined. Something needs to fucking come out of this.
It does. There needs to be consequences.
Yeah.
So, after this... That was, by the way, Mr. Morgan pointed that article out to me from the Daily Courier, and it made both of us so happy.
Because it's like we saw it as it fucking happened, and I love when stuff like that happens. Like even just in life, you know, you see it as it unfolds, and you're just like, wait a minute. No, oh God, and it becomes like a train wreck that you just can't take your eyes away from.
That you predicted.
Yeah. We saw it happen. We listened to his words as he spoke them and went, that's a fucking conflict of interest.
Yeah.
And then the dominoes start falling, and it makes me just so happy to see this now happening, where it's like, yep. Knew this was coming, saw this coming. Yep, it's happening.
Yeah. I am very tickled pink about this.
Yeah.
We're now going to get to the next article.
Okay.
This is going to be me more reading. It's a me-heavy episode. Yay, me.
That's fine.
I know, it's no AI.
Whatever.
So, wow. Just hurt my feelings there.
I'm glad you're not using AI. Thank you.
Me too. So this is an article from JPR. This is not necessarily a political one, although you can view it as that if you want.
Okay.
So this JPR article is titled Oregon Faces Longer Fire Season Due to Historic Heat Drought.
Oh, God.
Fire Experts Warn Oregon Capitol Chronicle by Alex.
Wow.
Baumhart.
We're really talking about everything, aren't we?
Oh, yes. So this one here, this was published on May 7th. So again, this is an older one from the prior week. Oregon's wildfire season started early this year and is expected to last into October, according to state fire experts. This season is made more difficult by historic heat, drought, and potentially early El Nino weather patterns that could further stir up temperature and lightning storms into the fall. Fire officials said at Tuesday's news conference with Governor Tina Kotek, Oregonians need to be proactive about protecting themselves and their properties from wildfire and behave far more cautiously when starting campfires or burning debris than in recent years, they advised. It's not one thing that brings the wildfire season, it's many things, Kotek said. Although May is officially Wildfire Awareness Month, this season's first level 3 fire, meaning residents were ordered to evacuate immediately, occurred in Lapine in March, burning 20 acres. All indications suggest a more challenging fire season ahead of all of us, Kotek said. Oregon's winter was among the warmest on record, and snowpack across the Northwest was 1/3 of normal levels, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Last year's wildfire season burned significantly fewer Oregon acres than the previous years, in large part due to Oregon legislature allocating hundreds of millions of additional dollars to the Oregon Department of Forestry and the Office for State Fire Marshal. Basically, I think they started actually managing land that had traditionally been more in the federal government's,
Yeah, and I can say something to, our winter being pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
As a lot of people know, I go out and I do photography. And this year, it was in March, I went out to the waterfalls along, the Umpqua there up by Diamond Lake and Mount Thielsen and everything. And I have photos from the previous year that I went up there, where there was just walls of snow all along Highway 62, up into Diamond Lake. Like it was,
it was a winter wonderland.
It was a winter wonderland. And, it was spring. And I was thinking to myself, like, oh, fuck, did I fuck up? Like I drove all this way and I'm not going to be able to get into like these waterfall areas because it's just still covered with snow. And luckily I was able to, but the threat of not being able to get in there was very high. And so then fast forward to this year and, I'm going up there with my family and there was literally no snow.
Oh yeah.
There was no snow along the road. And even when I believe you and I, like when we went somewhere. Crater Lake, maybe. Like even then, like there was still snow and everything in places.
Well, what was the last year around this time? This was, again, based on when this episode aired, it's like a few weeks prior.
Yeah.
But around this time, you know what the average for snow is in Crater Lake this time of year?
What's that?
About 83 inches.
Yes.
To 93 inches. Do you know how much snow they have?
None.
Jack diddly shit.
Yeah, they just did their official snow depth report, I believe 2 days ago. From when we're recording. They just did it 2 days ago. And the official count was literally 0.
Yeah.
So I've been going out into the Cascades a little earlier on, and there has been nothing. Like it took me no effort to get into some of those waterfall areas. And again, like, the year previously, I was going down this dirt road and there's like snow in the middle of the road. And I'm thinking, oh fuck, like, can my car even make this? And I had to get and when we left that area, I had to get like my car a running start to get through the snow.
Yeah.
And there was nothing to mention snow this year.
Yeah. No, nothing.
So even, and people could say, well, you were along like, a well accessed area. And it's like, no, I was not, bro. Like, there is, you look out, like you can look out into the wilderness.
It looks like summertime.
You look out through the trees, and maybe, in previous years, you could still see snow out there in July.
Yeah.
I'm talking about end of March, early April. You look out there, there's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's insane.
It'll be a fun fire year.
Oh, God.
So back to the article.
Yes.
Both in turn beefed up preparation and response systems since the 2020 Labor Day fires that became the most expensive in state history. But most fires last year, more than 60% of wildfires were started by humans. A disappointing reversal from years prior, which had human-caused fires trending downward. People burning yard waste and other debris is the number one cause of, human-ignited wildfires. Oregon State Fire Marshal Maria Ruiz-Temple said. She encouraged Oregonians to burn debris, to download a new Before You Burn app, and developed with support from the state and federal fire agencies, which will provide users information about local burning regulations, burning statuses, required safety measures, and fire and weather alerts. About 700 Oregonians have downloaded it since it launched in April, she said. And by the way, if you go to the JP article, there are links for these.
Okay.
I strongly recommend people do, especially if you intend to burn stuff. Oregonians' new state forester Casey said it's likely that wildfire risk will be above normal east of the Cascades in rangeland areas beginning in June and above normal southwest of the Cascades in July, heading up further into the forests that have experienced record low snowpack this year.
Yeah.
Federal partners, Oregon fire agencies have roughly 700 wildland firefighters and 300 fire trucks ready to protect 16 million Oregon acres this season. Now, that might sound like good numbers, but 16 million acres is a fucking lot.
Yeah.
They'll rely as well on more than 300 local fire departments and federal and tribal wildland firefighters to respond in an emergency. You're
okay.
I'm good.
You're good.
We are ready. We are coordinated, and we are all hands on deck as we prepare for this season, Kotek said. Oregon's congressional Democrats have raised concerns that federal support could be lacking in light of budget and personnel cuts to the U.S. Forestry Service over the last year. The big, beautiful bill.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck us. Yeah. The cuts, according to a letter from the Oregon senior U.S. Senator Ron Wyden, included 1,400 employees who hold the necessary certifications to support firefighting operations during a wildfire. Casey said she talks frequently to the Forest Service's regional director, at least weekly, as the state prepares to get closer to the fire season, and that she's been assured no wildland firefighters working for the Forest Service or U.S. Department of Interior in Oregon have lost their jobs. Although federal officials have been criticized for consolidating wildland firefighting efforts at both agencies to create the new U.S. Wildland Fire Service so close to the start of the fire season. Casey said signs so far indicate that moving all firefighting efforts under the Interior as opposed to several agencies could be beneficial in the long run. They're working together to figure out how to do this more effectively. And I feel really confident that this year, on a firefighting front, they're going to be as active as they've always been. And that it may actually even be a little simpler, she said. So, at the end of this article, simple home hardening recommendations from state fire experts. Space trees and prune them to prevent fire from climbing up them and onto structures. Remove leaves, pine needles, mulch, and other debris within 100 feet of structures up to the property line. Clean roofs and gutters. Move combustible material like mulch and firewood away from structures. Trim dead material from plants and trees, especially near the house. Do not plant directly under eaves. Leave at least 5-foot buffer between plants and structures. Know your evacuation routes. Be 2 weeks ready and sign up for emergency alerts at or alert. Know your local air quality smoke conditions by keeping up with DEQ's Air Now programs about air now at airnow.gov. And this is something too where I actually have on my phone, if I can find the goddamn thing, because it's never there when you want it.
Of course.
Oh yeah, Air Visual. And there are various apps, but I have Air Visual for like air quality. I downloaded that when we were having nasty fire seasons years ago.
Yep.
It's good to keep track of that stuff.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend doing that. I wanted to bring this up because, again, it's May.
It's May.
And we've already had like some nasty, not near us necessarily, but we've still had some nasty fires in the state. And it's most likely it's going to get worse as this summer goes on. It's going to be fucked up.
Yep. And I absolutely hate how shit is getting cut, and NOAA is a part of that, National Oceanic Administration. They get cut. All this shit gets cut that we fucking need in the service of, well, we're saving money. And it's like what you say. It's like, well, the government is not here to be run like a business. It's not meant to be efficient. Sorry. Sometimes it's not. And if you cut stuff like that, well, now you're cutting forecasts. You're cutting, possibly your fire response time. Like, all this shit fucking adds up. And I fucking hate that every single time it's like, well, we just need to save this money. Saving money for fucking what?
Yeah.
What are we fucking saving money for? When you can fucking ask for billions of dollars just fucking off the top of your goddamn head, what are we doing? Why do we need to cut this shit?
Well, and this is the cutting of shit that this is very possibly going to end up in people losing, like, their livelihoods, property, and such. This could also very easily end up with people losing their lives.
Yeah.
So this is something that, going into fire season, we're heading into it early. And I wanted to bring this up because I want people to be aware of it.
Yeah.
Even if you live out in the county, especially, but if you don't, even in the city, I want you to be aware of it. Mr. Morgan wants you to be aware of it, because this is shit that it's not going to go away anytime soon. And people need to have their head on a swivel.
Yep.
So, Mr. Morgan, this is going to be a shorter episode.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know. We went through our couple things.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else as we close out?
Well, again, I can't help but allude to all this shit that they're trying to cut. And it's like, you have the money, though. Why do you need to cut this shit? Well, because you're trying to show your base how, they can just be fucking rugged individuals. I'm sorry. The guy living out in fucking Selma is going to lose his fucking house. Okay? Sorry. Like, people just can't do it on their own. The fucking wildfires are getting fucking bigger. They're getting hotter and almost nigh unstoppable lately.
Yeah.
So you need the forecasts. You need to pay fire personnel. You need more people out there. You need to do stuff in the forest to help manage it.
You do.
And to cut that shit and to call it a win, that fucking enrages me.
It's insane.
It's insane. And all of this stuff is predictable. That's what makes me so angry about it. It's like, you can call it, just like we fucking called the fucking,
the air hangers.
Yeah, the hangers being a conflict of interest. I can call it right now. Bad shit is going to happen for no fucking reason other than the fact that, people just want to save money because look that, we can save all this money and still have things run great. No, you fucking can't.
Now, I will say there is a possibility we might not have a heavy fire season. We could be lucky as all get out.
We could be lucky.
It's like,
sure.
maybe we don't have, maybe the El Nino stuff doesn't really hit. We don't have a lot of lightning storms. Maybe we have people who they are watching their burn shit really good, or they decide, no, I'm not going to do it this year because this isn't. Maybe we don't have any major fires. That said, I'm not betting on that.
I'm not betting on that either.
I would bet on the opposite of that. I think it's going to be a nasty fucking fire season.
We already had a major thunderstorm roll through town already.
I mean, the only thing that made it lucky is, like, when it came through, there was also an okay amount of rain. And it was mostly cloud to cloud, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So that was, like, again, that was dumb luck, though, because it wasn't enough rain that if we had, cloud to ground, we very likely could have had a fire in the area, and there was not enough rain to, like, mitigate that.
Yeah. No, I mean, from what I'm seeing already, the forecasts that we are getting from other agencies, because I'm actually looking at the European models now.
Nice.
They are saying, hey, watch out for more, storm activity, because we've got a raging El Nino going on. And from what I've seen with my own eyes, lately, it's like, oh shit. Yeah, look, we are getting thunderstorms when they're saying we're going to get thunderstorms.
Yeah.
And now if we extrapolate that out through the summer, You know, it's like, oh, it might be a fucking hot summer. And, you know, I see a lot of people, unfortunately, on the other side who are just like, oh, well, it's always hot in summer. And it's like, bro.
Not like this.
Not like, first of all, like we've just said, there's not a lot of snow out there. Everything's already dry. By the way, we were saying that back in March and April.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into May, June. Fucking watch out, man. It might be a very hot, very smoky summer.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Morgan, as we close out, is there anything else you want to touch on?
Well, no, I think I've said it.
Okay.
You know, again, like I say shit, and then you ask me if there's more shit to say.
But Mr. Morgan,
Yeah.
is there more shit you want to say?
Nah.
Okay.
No. Gosh, I'm tired.
That's fair. It's hot in here.
Yeah, it's God damn it. It's getting fucking hot in here now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to our podcast. If you have any suggestions or ideas, please be sure to email them to maltyoursocialists
at gmail.com. And if you just want to say hi,
yeah,
we'll accept that too. Like and subscribe. Do that.
Yeah.
Help us out. I don't know.
Yeah, check us out on Facebook.
Yeah,
and,
check us out.
Yeah, and
give us a holler.
See our YouTube page.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I didn't say anything at the end.